Well, back to Fog Wrestle. We're here to rank every match from Super Brawl.
98.
Yes, it was 98. I thought he was going to say 9 and botch it, but we had heel turns, we had Sting defeating Hollywood Hulk Hogan, and we had Jericho demasking Juventud Guerrera. Does that sound better than anything going on in today's current...
So Sting beats Hogan clean.
Well, it's debatable if you want to go clean like, but yeah.
Well, he beats him cleaner than he did at the big pay-per-view, Starrcade.
Yeah. Well, definitely. Like, couldn't have been any more cleaner than that, big man.
I don't get that. Why not just get the guy a clean win?
Yep, I know. Why wait 2 months? I mean, there's been no champion for 2 months. That's weird when you think of it. But 10 matches on this show, and we'll kick off with the worst one, and that is the British Bulldog defeating Steve Mongo McMichael. And like, you've got Neidhart and Bulldog in this company, and all they do, their sole purpose is just to kiss. Yes, I mean, how pathetic is that? I get the screw job was like the best thing going at this time, but for these two sole purpose just to kiss Brett's asses, it's embarrassing. The match goes about 6 minutes, and the Bulldog wins. It's easily the worst match on this
Yep, I agree.
card. Yep, no two ways about it. Next up though, we had the Disco Inferno defeating La Parka, and if this was a Total Extreme Wrestling match, it would be a match that lacked any sort of heat.
Yeah, well, I mean,
just probably the least built match going in.
Disco's a good guy. Vince was a lefty, and that's pretty much all that has to be said here. So, there you go.
Yep, that is all that has to be said. And now moving in to our next match, which is Rick Martel losing his TV championship, which he won on, was it Thunder or Nitro? I can't remember. The Booker T.
Point is, he doesn't have it anymore.
Who is Rick Martel? He came in, built like Brock Lesnar, booked like Brock Lesnar, and then he immediately
hit the road.
Yep, and then immediately after this, Booker T took on Perry Saturn. But before we get to that match, we have Goldberg defeating Brad Armstrong, the greatest commentator in ECW 2007 history. Great guy.
Best member of the Armstrong family, in my opinion. Road Dogg can...
How long do you think this match went?
3 minutes.
2 minutes 23. But this was when Goldberg could make a quick match look good. Not actually looking... like, Goldberg could... after this match...
He can't make any match look good.
Goldberg after this match looked like he could have went on for another 20 matches this way, but now...
I mean, what good matches has Goldberg had since he returned? I'd say the one with Brock was good at Mania. But even
the first one with Brock, as a moment, it was good. Like, he just beat him that quick.
Yeah.
It wasn't a good match, but it was a good moment. But yeah, but you're right.
Hold on here. Well, who's he been at? What lengthy matches has he had? And by lengthy matches, I just mean anything that's been over 5 minutes.
The one with Taker was over 5 minutes, and that was awful.
But is that the only ones you'd say he's had over 5 minutes? The one with Taker and the one with Brock?
Yep, and it's not good. I doubt him and Sigler went long, but the point is this went 2.5, and we'll talk about Goldberg in length on another fid, but this is 98 Gold. This is when Bill is good.
Yeah.
So let's not bury Bill. Next up though, we have Booker T, who immediately, like we said, after the match with Martel, took on Perry Saturn and then beat Saturn. I mean, that kind of just makes Martel and Saturn look pish, the fact this guy beat them both.
In the same night. Not quite Rock
back
and
to
Austin,
back.
Like, but
back to back, but...
not quite Rock and Austin, but, you know...
Nope, you definitely, well, it's fucking definitely not. One-eyed Saturn and Rick Martel, a guy I never knew existed until a bloody few months ago. Next up though, we have Lex Luger taking on the Macho Man, Randy Savage, no DQ. See these two. I like Savage, but Lex Luger's pish, isn't he?
Nice, pretty shitty.
He defeats him, no disqualification match. The NWO get involved. They kind of laugh at Savage because he's like a tweener. He's no WCW, but he's no NWO at this point, and he complete and utterly batters him. But then we get on to the Steiners taking on Kevin Nash and Scott Hall. Now this wasn't even a good match, but Scott Steiner turning heel on his brother, and now we'll be getting heel Steiner. It was a great moment in itself. Rick Steiner even kicked out after the heel turn and looks like he was going to mount some sort of defence, but the Outsiders were too much. Razor's Edge, good night. 1, 2, 3, the Outsiders are the new WCW Tag Champs. Now into the second spot on this list, we have Jericho versus Juventud Guerrera. good match, but I don't know if this is the guy Jericho said he'd put in his Mount Rushmore. Is that Ultimo Dragon? If it's Ultimo Dragon, he was on the pre-show of this. And anyone who's on the pre-show, how can they be on the Mount Rushmore?
Not my Mount Rushmore.
God
so
damn it. But this was a good match. Jericho beats him with a Lion Tamer. He takes off his mask. It's always going to be a high stakes match when it's title against mask, because, you know, that's just the way it is. But in at numero uno was Sting Hogan. This is the way Starrcade should have ended. For the ending alone, I gave Starrcade a 0. But here, definitely the best match, because it's for the world title. It's the two biggest guys in the company colliding. You've got the Hulkster, you've got the Stinger, you've got everyone getting involved at the end. And the face goes over. The crowd went home happy. Da-da-da-da-da. And this is at the point where this video ends. Sting holding up the belt from Racist Day JJ Dillon, who's in AEW at the minute, but oh, he's a racist, we'll still keep him in it, brother. Wait, hold on here. AEW's got that Tully Blanchard guy and him, and they're both racist. Like, actual racist.
Well, I think it's Dorf's racist, is it not?
Oh, they're all racist?
Yes, I know. Yeah, I mean.
But Tony Khan's all about that equality, brother.
Yeah, it's weird how Ric Flair can basically just call
Teddy Long whatever he wants.
the N-word, yet Hogan, who I'd never actually heard being racist until that podcast. You've never heard any other black guys saying Hogan was racist?
Can't
I mean,
say
Booker
that.
T's always says Hogan was nice to him and shit.
You know. But the white guy went over. The Hulkster, and the Hulkster will not be too happy about that. He'll return to the clan. Not too happy about that, brother. But anyway, till the next pay-per-view ranking video in the next one.
Peace.
Yes.